So lesson 5.4 is about quadratic systems. So I'm going to go over this first part and then I'm going to tell you what's important for this lesson specifically. So when we're doing quadratic equations, quadratic systems, so think about when we were doing systems of equations and we did like systems by graphing, systems by substitution, systems by elimination. Yes? We're doing that, but with equations that have an x squared in it. That's the only difference here. Okay, so we will sometimes have a equation or a system where the graphs don't cross at all, like this one, okay? This one is going up here. This one, excuse me. This one's going down here. They're never going to intersect, so there's no solution, okay? Next, I have times when there is one solution. So I might have a parabola and then a line, but that line only crosses at this one point. Yes? Yes. And then I might have something with two solutions. So I have my parabola, I have my line, but the way my line is positioned, it crosses at 2 points. Okay? Here's where it gets weird, and we're not going to do this in this class. Okay, but just listen and don't freak. Cool? So if we have three solutions, we may have like a circle or an ellipse or something and a parabola. And so it crosses at 3 points. 4 solutions crosses at 4 points. So that's just telling us that the solutions equate to how many times the two graphs cross. Yes? What we're going to do today is strictly two solutions. So if you want to highlight this one or circle this one, that's what we're doing today. Two solutions. No. And so with two solutions, we have one that's quadratic, right? Because it's a parabola. And then we have one that's a line. What kind of equation would that be? Linear. So one quadratic and one linear equation. Meaning one of our equations in our system is going to have an x squared. The other one is just going to have an x. Okay? But they're going to be set up the same. We're going to do two equations. Cool? So if we look at number 1, or this first example, see how I have a quadratic, y equals x squared minus x minus 6, and then I have a No, we're not going to do elimination. We are only going to solve with substitution. Now, this substitution is not as straightforward as the other one. It is a little bit trickier, but it's not anything impossible, okay? So you have a couple different options. With substitution, remember we pick one equation to solve for one variable and we plug it into that variable in the other equation, right? And remember with substitution, it doesn't matter which one you do, which equation you pick, which variable you pick. You're always going to end up with the same answer. However, sometimes the work that it takes to get there is easier if you do certain types, right? With these ones, really, it's more of preference. I wouldn't say that one way is going to be particularly more difficult than the other way. With this one that I'm looking at here, I definitely pretty much never want to solve for x because normally x is where the square is. And I would like to avoid having to solve and take a square root, right? So normally I'm going to solve for y, okay? That's going to be the gist. Now in this one, we already have one that's y equals x squared minus x minus 6. However, I don't really want to substitute into that negative y. That just doesn't seem as easy to me. I mean, I guess we could. Let's do that, actually. Okay. Because it does seem easier. I didn't do that in my key, but let's do that. So this first equation already is y equals x squared minus x minus 6. So we're going to plug that into the y. Right here. All of that goes here, okay? So we're going to have 2x minus parentheses y equals 2. And in that parentheses, instead of putting the letter y, we're going to put x squared minus x minus 6.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yes.
Are we following?
You put the top equation into the y and the bottom.
Yep.
Okay.
Now what do I do?
Now you have to factor. No.
Not yet.
Now you have to distribute the negative.
I have to distribute the negative. So I have 2x minus x squared plus x plus 6 equals 2, right?
Yeah.
Now, let's combine our like terms. So see how I have a 2x and a 1x? So I'm going to do negative x squared plus 3x plus 6 equals 2. Like that. Now, from here, there were different options that we had, right? When we were solving quadratics for x, we could solve by factoring. We could solve with completing the square. We could solve with quadratic formula, right? Which one's the easiest, do you think?
Probably.
Factoring, completing the square, quadratic formula. I think factoring is the easiest. That's always where I start, okay? And luckily for us, with all of the ones we're doing today, almost, factoring is the way to go, okay? So in order for me to solve by factoring, I need my equation to equal what? 0. I need it to equal 0. So I need to move this 2 over here so that I have negative x squared plus 3x plus 4 equals 0. Yeah?
Yeah.
Now remember, I don't like negative x's, okay? So I'm going to factor it out, but that's going to change the sign of everything. Okay? Yeah? Okay, now what does this factor to? 2 factors. Think trial and error.
4. 4 and 1. Negative.
X, 4, 1. What? Negative 4? Positive 1? Okay, good. Now remember, this is like a negative 1, so this would be like negative 1 equals 0, which is not true. So we just like, meh. Yeah.
What did you just do?
Meh.
No, but why?
So remember,
This is
let's
where
back
I'm
up.
wrong on my
Let's
part.
back up. Once we have it in factored form, how do we solve for x? We set the factors
Equal to 0.
equal to 0. Negative 1 is a factor. Negative 1 equals 0, but that's not a true factor.
Solution.
Yeah, exactly. So we're not going to use it. Nothing. Okay?
How is that not? I'm so confused on why you're doing this.
Because negative 1 doesn't equal 0. 0 equals 0, and negative 1 equals negative 1.
I know, well, I got that.
You don't. I normally just completely ignore it.
Okay, that's what
Yeah. I normally just completely ignore it.
Okay.
Okay, and then I have x minus 4 equals 0 and x plus 1 equals 0. So what does x equal? And? Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Normally, this is where we stopped, right? Because we were solving for x. We're solving for x, solving for the x-intercepts, whatever. Here, we're solving for the solution of the problem, which if we look back here, the solution is the points. Points have x values and y values. So I need to find the y values.
Oh, so do you plug the x back in?
You plug the x values back in to whichever one you want. I would prefer this one because it's easier and it doesn't have a square. Okay? So I'm going to do 2 times 4 minus y equals 2. And 2 times negative 1 minus y equals 2. I plugged my x values back in here.
I am paying attention. What's the dog doing? Do you have to put them together to make coordinate points?
Yes.
How do you know which one?
The 4, I'm plugging in the 4 to get a y value over here. So that's going to be what? Negative 6, so y equals positive 6. So since I plugged in the 4 to get the 6, it's 4, 6. Like they go together. Yeah? And then here I plug in the negative 1, so I have negative 2.
Math equation. No, oh, it's the same equation.
It's the same equation.
My fault.
And so I plugged in the negative 1 to get a negative 4, so it goes together. Negative 1, negative 4. What was that? That just flew by me. Did anyone see that? So if we're looking at this one, number 1, this first equation already has y equals x squared minus or plus 3. So I'm just going to put that in here. Cool?
Okay.
Okay? So I have 3x minus y plus 1 equals 0. And instead of y, I'm putting x squared plus 3. So then I'm going to distribute the negative. So I have 3x minus x squared minus 3 plus 1 equals 0.
Oh,
With this one specifically, do you see how it's not in order?
yeah, I don't like it.
I don't like it either. We're going to put it in order and combine like terms at the same time. So we're going to do negative x squared plus 3x minus 2 equals 0.
Yes, girl. And then pull out the negative.
Yeah, I also don't like negative x's, so we're also going to pull that out. X squared minus 3x plus 2 equals 0. Now, if you do that, you have to make sure you change all the other signs. Cool?
Okay.
Cannot be forgetting. Very importante.
Wait, do you have to take the negative out?
No, but my brain does not compute factoring with a negative x squared. Like, I just look at it and I totally blank. I just can't do it. I know that it would be an x and a negative x, but like, I can't.
Okay, it's fine.
So I just bring it out. Oh, were you talking about something else?
Huh?
Was she talking about something else?
No, I was talking about that.
Oh, okay.
Negative 2, no.
So it's negative
2,
x 2
what? Negative 2 minus 4. Negative 2, negative 1.
negative 2 negative 1. Good. And this is the same thing where I just ignore that negative because I know it's going to be negative 1 equals 0, which is nothing. So I have x minus 2 equals 0. So x equals 2. And x minus 1 equals 0. So x equals 1.
Wait, I'm confused. Where does that negative go?
Remember, it was the thing we did last time where it's negative 1 equals 0, but that's not true, so we bleh.
So it literally just goes away.
It literally just goes away. If you wanted to think of it this way too, if you wanted to get rid of it, just ignore or just pay attention for a minute, but don't write. Okay, so that's a negative 1, right? If I was to divide by negative 1 to get rid of it, now gone. Because 0 divided by number is 0.
But if you're dividing the equation by negative, what it still be there?
Okay, so now that I have my x's, what do I do?
Plug them into the equation.
Which one?
Any of them.
Which one do you want to do?
The second.
You want to do the second
No,
one?
I want to do the first one.
I agree. Okay, so we've got y equals 2 squared plus 3, which is what, 7?
Wait, guys. What did I do? No!
And then I've got y equals 1 squared plus 3, which is 4. That'd be what? 1, 4.
Wait.
Okay, so this last one, I have y equals x squared minus 4 and y equals negative 3. So I'm going to take this negative 3 and plug it in here for y. Are we following?
I'm following. I do not.
So I have negative 3 equals x squared minus 4, like that. It's a little different,
Very different.
okay? I want to solve for x. Now, you have two options here. Option number 1, move the 4. You have 1 equals x squared. How do I get rid of a x squared? Square root. When I take the square root, what do I add? A plus minus. And what's the square root of 1? 1. So I have x equals plus minus 1. Option number 2, I'll do it in a different color.
Man.
If I have negative 3 equals x squared minus 4, if I want to set this equal to 0, how do I move that 3? So I have 0 equals x squared minus 1, which I can then factor with difference of squares. And so either way, I get a positive 1 and a negative 1. I just wanted to show you that. Now, once I'm here, stick with me. Once I'm here, what is my y value? Look at the system.
-3.
-3. So do I need to plug anything back in?
No.
No, it's just 1, -3, and -1, -3. Yes?
Yeah,
Good
don't
job.